What is up, my people? Welcome back to more CS news. For every subscriber we get on this video, I get to take a drink before we hop into today's CS news. I'm just kidding. I would never do that, okay? And today we're talking about a lot of great topics, guys. The first one of note that I'm sure you're all excited for is s1mple. Did he get his revenge against Alliance? We also got some liquid rumors up in the air and some other juice around FaZe. So let's hop into it. What we're here for most is the return of s1mple. Can he finally get back to tier 1 CS at some point this year? It seems in terms of major qualification, or at least making their way to it, that BC Game is doing a wonderful job, as we had ECL, that being the Challenger Cup, going on this week. And it also happened to be the same time that s1mple tweeted out, hey, I want to be humbled, okay? I'm having too easy of a time against these teams. Humble me, all right? And within like 10 hours, he got humbled because Alliance came storming in and they 2-0'd BC Game in this same cup. Lucky for them, it was a double elimination, or what went from upper bracket to lower bracket, and eventually fought their way back through Escape Gaming, you know, the alleged radar hackers. BC Game did beat them, and s1mple had some great moments in that. Eventually back to a grand finals rematch against Alliance. And if you guys don't know what's on the line here, it's actually a lot at stake. In terms of tier 2 CS, this is a pretty big moment with a lot of eyes on it, not just for s1mple and his team, but for this team in general to get those points and to bounce back, and for s1mple himself to prove it, hey, I'm ready to jump up a tier eventually. I've been playing. Because the winner of this cup, there are 4 different Challenger Cups, and the 4 winning teams go to a regional final where the 1 remaining team of those 4, they make it to Pro League next season. There's a lot on the line, and I have not talked about Challenger Cup or Pro League news in the last 5 to 6 years. So it's pretty exciting stuff. What was not exciting was map 1, though. Just similar to the first series where these guys matched up, it was all Alliance, and they tanked map 1. It was a nice bounce back on map 2, though. At one point, s1mple had back-to-back very clutch rounds, including one I'm about to show you, was very nice. I would almost call it a 180. I mean, very nice turnaround out of him. And, you know, they pull it back. They eventually even this series out.
Another kill on the side of Alliance, but s1mple is here already. Oh my god, he turns around. He's good for 3 kills.
You also got to keep in mind, s1mple started this map 2, 1-4 on the scoreboard. Eventually then is 12-4 on the scoreboard. And that's heavily noted because when he's not doing well, this team does not do well. I think that's fair to say. I think these guys have grown together, gotten better together. There have been some people, some individuals on this team who have actually had a chance to stand out along with s1mple, but if he's not fragging hard, it's going to be very difficult for them to win these series. But someone else who showed up in a particular round, that being Twistzz. No, not former Liquid and eventual FaZe Twistzz. It's BC Game Twistzz without the Z's at the end. He had a nice little moment here to actually even things up 4-4. I think it was like a 4K or something pretty remarkable early on. And this series was back and forth. Very close between these two teams.
It's allowed the opportunity for Twistzz to escape there. Smoke's going to blossom. Another incredible flash. They're burning alive. The utility is relentless this round.
They had to do a good job stalling, and now suddenly CTs are getting close. Couldn't quite maybe reposition the way they want to, but done a good job either doing damage, keeping them at bay for the time being, setting themselves up for success. And surely, yes, they are. Avid, sure, he is dead, but Twistzz is good for 3, is hoping to land himself the final one, and he will do so.
What really made the difference, though, as they were bouncing back and forth for the first like 10 rounds, it was tit for tat between these two teams. It was a huge round 16, I believe, 2v4 from BC Game, which I didn't see coming. s1mple not involved in this, so cheers to the guys. And this felt like almost a nail in the coffin as they made their way back.
s1mple can't quite find the connect either, and they mow down, eliminate the forces. Nexa can see again, vision restored. Not going to be able to stop the bomb going down. Quick check behind him, knows that it's safe, and prime taps. Oh no, he's got no idea what's coming for him.
Oh, that is rough. Avid with a lurk.
It's been sad.
Oh, he's accounting for it. I mean, he's a bit doubtful where to pick to first. He does get the kill, does get tagged in the process. Oh, but the timing of Nexa, it is so good. And if they can make this work together, put pressure on him from both angles. He is looking left and right. He is good for one, not quite good for the second. And with a kit on the back of Prime Taps, they can get this defuse in. They can.
And eventually, it is S1mple and BC Game getting their revenge. I say that because in case I left it out, he wanted to be humble. The Alliance already tweeted about this as well. And they were like, hey, man, you know, they obviously mocked him. So we had this like this little back and forth, which for tier 2 CS, it's obviously jokes. It's obviously poking fun, but it's great engagement for tier 2 CS. Like I said, we had an ONA watch party and tons of watch parties for this event, this matchup in ECL, which we would rarely see before. Like, there's no way I'm watching these matchups unless S1mple is in the grand finals for them, and they get it done. They bounce back when they need to, and they take down Alliance, and they have now earned their shot at the regional final. Now, it's not for 2 months. It's not until middle of November where they will have a chance to make Pro League. But still, S1mple, with a team like BC Game having an opportunity to make it to ESL Pro League, it's remarkable, guys. I mean, the man is back, dare I say. And can we just talk about for 1 second, I'm going to bring this up for a future video, but the marketing and the money that BC Game have earned from this man, I haven't thought about this before, but being a casino and being able to sign S1mple, they have gotten so much value from him that I don't think even they expected. Now potentially making the major, now doing this. Everyone is watching BC Game. I don't know why I'm yelling. Let's go to the next segment. And that next segment is all around FaZe. This is what I wanted to talk about the most because it was actually, I had some underlying feelings about this. Thanks to Striker, of course, over at HLTV. They had a nice little episode around this where apparently for quite some time with the announcement of Twistzz, when FaZe announced Twistzz, allegedly, they did not know who Twistzz was even going to replace on their lineup. Again, this is how I interpreted it. That's how it sounds. You guys let me know if you heard anything differently. And when I first heard that, I was like, does that not raise the alarm bells for anyone else in terms of managing this roster? We don't know if it's Frozen, who might be going to NAVI, if Kerrigan might retire early, or if Rain is leaving elsewhere or taking a step away to take care of family and kids. If that is true and FaZe signed Twistzz and didn't know who exactly he'd be replacing, to me, that just seems concerning. And again, we take this with a grain of salt. Hopefully they had someone in mind, and that will be announced, very shortly after EPL. But still, alarm bells are blaring if this is true.
Since I've been talking to people.
That's all right. We'll give it to you.
But the information that I got just before I went was indeed that the idea was Rain, but I also had a very strong impression that they wasn't sure and that they were still exploring what the actual possibilities are. So yeah, I don't know how much it's moved since then. I would imagine it has because, time is running out in terms of their preparation for EPL and all that stuff. I'm sure they want to get to that as soon as possible. So I would imagine it is probably decided by now. I just don't know what the decision is. But yeah, as I understood it at the beginning, Rain was it was supposed to be Rain at first.
It is kind of crazy though. I kind of got to give respect to it. In a world full of leaks, we don't know exactly who's going to be. I mean, there's been so many rumors out there. Now we just have a speculation between 3 figures. One being Rain, the longest standing member inside of FaZe CS and FaZe clan in general. We have someone like Frozen, arguably their best player, who might be going to NAVI, and then Kerrigan. Those are the 3 obvious choices. And then there's kind of a 4th one with Jacob that people are now kind of leaning away from, which I'm a bit surprised as the new talent, who some might say is easily the one that should be picked, and say, hey man, good luck. Sorry we screwed you over, but go back to your old team if they even need you still. So yeah, we are still left in the air on FaZe and what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to make comments on if they did or did not know who Twistzz is going to replace. We'll probably never know. But if that is true, that doesn't spell well for me in the future of FaZe. Maybe I'm overthinking things here, but leading off of that story, we now have rumors out there, which of course I was going to touch on eventually, but might as well throw them out there because everyone knows the rumors now being reported are, of course, Liquid will be signing EliGE. And I was just thinking, I had a really good idea just to kind of keep check of who's actually watching these videos all the way through. I got an idea, guys. What if when Liquid eventually sign EliGE, because this seems to be like the most well-known secret we've had in a while for CS, what if between you and me, all of you guys listening right now, when this happens and I make the video announcing Liquid EliGE, and I could forget this might, guys, I could forget. This might be like a really stupid idea. What if when I make that video, I pretend to be shocked, like dumbfounded, like what? I didn't even know, like dumbfounded that EliGE was actually on the table for Liquid to sign. And then you guys in the comments can just sit back and be like, why is Jake so confused by this? Everyone knew about it, all right? Is that a bad idea? Should we do it? Liquid is rumored to sign EliGE. Next time I see it, guys, I might be mightily confused about it, if I remember to do this little bit. Anyway, what I really want to touch on last video, and I did forget one last story for all of you guys, which I do think is big and of note, that being NAVI. They start off this new roster with Makazi in what might be considered a fluke run. We talked about a few months ago, and they've certainly fallen off the map ever since that point. They were in Star Ladder Finals this past weekend, and they actually picked up their first win in really impressive fashion over a team like NIP, who has slowly and steadily been, climbing in the rankings, but also have kind of reached a point of like, okay, we keep on hearing about NIP at certain points, then we don't hear about them for a long time, and then they make grand finals and Star Ladder Finals versus NAVI, and NAVI 2-0 them, including a 1-8 comeback, 1-8 down a comeback on Inferno, which is incredibly impressive. Not to mention you got Bit hitting 4K Deagles, which you love to see Bit well and in form. But they then have this remarkable comeback to end this series. And this is going on the same time where we're watching like an incredible series around the same time, where of course we have Mongols and Furia. So it didn't get the attention I think it deserves, but it was a great win for NAVI to pick up, and nothing but props to that team.
Wrinkle might want to test this, but they're thinking about getting out. They know there's another one here. Wrinkle, he's got to try and hunt it, but he walks straight into him. Alexi gifted a freebie as he drops a smoke of his own, a flash to try and reposition. He'll finally fall to the hands of Snappy, but surely this is it. 2 remaining, make that one. Shush his head, snapped off his shoulders, and it's Snappy in a 1 versus 4 to save face for NIP. This map has fallen apart. Only 1 round in this second half. And Navi, 1 kill away from a trophy, their first of the year. And going back to back in these matchups against NIP. Snappy 17 points of HP, a swing and a find. It's Imma to close it. Navi,
a team that I was hoping was not a fluke months ago, and I was proven, I wouldn't say I was proven wrong, but I was just hoping they weren't a fluke, and it seemed they were a team that is going to take more time to adjust to a new player. You can't always be a team spirit and win your first 2 events with a new young gun. That's not a normality in esports, and so hopefully this is a sign of resurgence for them. If I'm being honest, I'm not too confident in that. I think the damage might have already been done to NAVI, and maybe I'm wrong. This is just me outside looking in, how I feel vibe-wise from this team, but it's a great win to pick up before the major to get some semblance of momentum. And you hear Alexi in the post-game interview, all of these guys are crammed in inch by inch on the couch, and you're hoping that this can be a mark that they turn things around. He's like, hey, we have our struggles. We have our downtime, our downsides as a roster. But when an event like this comes around, we're playing games as a team, we're hanging out as a team, and this could be a turning point for NAVI. Do you believe it?
Better here, like just in how you guys were acting, how you were communicating.
Yeah, I mean, speaking after a win like this, you always catch the positives.
Yeah.
We have our negatives as well, but this tournament we did everything much better than we usually do. Spend a lot of time together, having fun together. Before matches, connecting with each other. It was a different vibe, as you said, but we just need to show it against the stronger opponents as well.
Do you think you can do it though now? Do you think this is the thing that can tip you over, or is it hard to say?
No, I think there will be frustrations always, and we know how to handle them. But as a team, we grew 1 step further. And now we have more steps to go, and we still have a boot camp, we still have the major. Yeah. So overall, it's looking good. And we came to do, like we completed the mission we set for us, and now we need to do a new mission.
Hello, Snowy. Welcome to the broadcast as well. Just wandering in front of it.
But until next time, guys, all I can do is thank you. Every time I see you guys, we're just climbing. You know, we're climbing. Last time I saw you, it was around 80. Now we're approaching 81,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you enough. It's really cool to see a little community being built over here and seeing more and more comments. It's just kind of what what my goal was when I made this channel like 8 or 9 years ago, and then took a little bit of a break. But to come back to it and to see this point being reached again, it really brings me like joy to make these videos and share the news and have all of you guys discuss things down below. Like, that's really something cool to see, and it's why I love CS, and I really do appreciate all you guys. All right, till next time, take care of yourselves. I hope to see you back here soon. All right, all we need is a little bit of drama and some more CS matches, because this weekend there's not much going on. So if I miss anything, DM me on Twitter. I'll see you guys back here soon with more CS news. Till then, take care. Bye bye.